Ed Henry, thank you very much. All right, so will the Democrats fly commercial? Senior Capitol Hill producer Chad Pergram is here live with the latest story. Chad, you were on the scene when those buses got turned around. What happened?
There's always a drill when these groups go overseas. They always leave on Capitol Hill between the Rayburn House Office Building and the Longworth House Office Building. And what you start to see in the hallway are these carts with names of what we call the CODEL. Here's a bit of congressional vocabulary for Congressional Delegation, CODEL. And this one said Pelosi CODEL, and you saw that on the luggage in the hallway. So I went out of the Rayburn building, and you could see this U.S. Air Force bus sitting there with a U.S. Capitol Police escort to take them to Joint Base Andrews. I walked out speaking with Eliot Engel, Democrat from New York, the chair of the Foreign Affairs Committee, and that's right when the letter came down. And there were members sitting on that bus when they came out, and there was this furious back and forth of phone calls between Capitol Hill security officials, the White House, the Pentagon, the State Department. Nobody really knew what was going to happen. And then all of a sudden you saw the bus go, and we thought, well, maybe they're going to Joint Base Andrews. All it did was go around the block, pull back up to the Capitol, and then the members, piled off and went into the Capitol. And Nancy Pelosi was ensconced in her office for most of the night. I asked a senior official here on Capitol Hill if they thought they might still be able to work this out, and the answer, Shannon, was, I don't know.
Okay, so what was the reaction of those Democrats who were turned around and denied that trip?
Right. Well, Democrats were kind of beside themselves on this. I mean, they thought this was very petty. That's something that Steny Hoyer, the Democrat from Maryland, the majority leader, said. You even had Republicans like Lindsey Graham, a Republican, saying, just going back and forth with this sophomore tit for tat isn't correct. And I'll tell you what, we don't know if there's going to be State of the Union in a couple of weeks here. But if it does come to pass, this is going to be a barn burner. I mean, everybody will want to tune into this after these events here today, Shannon.
Okay, so let me ask you something we heard bubbling up today about the Super Bowl. I think the hope is there that will get some folks' attention.
Right. There was an unnamed Democrat in the House Democratic Caucus today who mentioned whether or not they could secure the Super Bowl to be played in Atlanta in a couple of weeks. As you know, the Department of Homeland Security deems this a national security event. A couple of Democrats who I spoke with said that really got everybody's attention. Someone else said if you think that there's a way to solve the government shutdown, cancel the Super Bowl and then they'll get down to brass tacks. But first of all, what they have to do here is lower the temperature. I asked Nancy Pelosi about that this morning, if this was really her tactic to try to calm things down. But after the events of this afternoon with the bus and canceling of the trip and everything else, calling the 89th Air Wing, nothing happened, but the temperature went up by many degrees today, Shannon.
All right, Chad Pergram, always on top of every detail and twist and turn there on the Hill. Thank you very much.
Thank you.